I'm Dave.
And I'm JB.
And this is Max Regen. What is Max Regen, I hear you cry? Well, Max Regen is JB's obsession with electric cars and my obsession with petrol cars. So, JB is going to try and convert me to being an EV person. How this is going to work, I'm not exactly sure, but in a desperate attempt to try and convert me, we are going from Eastbourne to Gaydon to the British Motor Museum, which is only about 200 miles, in an electric car that only does about 80. What could possibly go wrong? We shall find out. I feel we'll be trying every coffee shop between here and Gaydon en route, but we'll see how we go. We shall discuss EVs as we go. We'll probably talk about lots of other inane rubbish as well. So hang around and see if we can actually get there, preferably this week. So, we've just left and the battery is on 98%. Obviously this isn't going to get us all the way, so we have to stop en route. And so JB has planned us a route, which you can now see on the beautiful map on screen.
We've chosen a route across country, avoiding motorways if we can, but essentially using mostly ecotricity with a genie point and a pod point as a backup. So we'll talk to you about this as we go along, obviously, but for the start off, we're going to hit Pease Pottage on the M23 near Gatwick Airport. We're going to stop there first. I'll put a really big charge in because after that we're across country towards Godalming and Fleet Services. And have a lot of laughs on the way.
Laughing as we wait for the tow truck. Yeah, so I was on the way down from Bromley Way down to Eastbourne and thought, coming up to Crossing Hand, it was quite late, I needed a coffee, so I pulled into the petrol station at Crossing Hand, and they have a proper Costa coffee shop in the petrol station.
So this is just a petrol station on a B road in a little village,
yeah,
between London and the coast.
Yeah, and you walk in up to a machine and you can hear the dreadful music playing faintly in the background and the faint buzz of people talking in a petrol station where you're the only other person plus the man behind the till.
So is there machines in the background?
Oh yeah, there's all of this. Clinking cups, people talking, terrible music, and you're thinking, where's that coming from?
So is this good? Does it make you feel better?
No! I spent 5 minutes trying to think of, well, the first time, 5 minutes sitting there thinking, have I gone mad?
Thank you, Costa, for trying to make your places where there are coffee machines more interesting with background noise. That's absolutely brilliant.
The full experience.
So as we zip through Haywards Heath heading for Pease Pottage, I suddenly thought, John, Pease Pottage, what is that notable for? It's just a services. Dave, over to you.
By the power of Wikipedia. It lies on the southern edge of Crawley, which is the built-up area, and in the civil parish of Slaugham.
Slaugham?
Yes.
Is it spelt like slaughter?
It is sort of, hang on, S-L-A, oh hang on, I can do this. They did this on Countdown. S-L-A-U-G-H-A-M. Hopefully that'll work, you can get the letters. Or it's here, I don't know where it is. But Pease Pottage is familiar to many drivers for its motorway services, named after the village. And the services also serve as the local shop, apparently. In fact, they even constructed a footpath to allow the pedestrian access from the village, admittedly. The Pease Pottage radar, which I didn't even know existed.
Take the second exit.
I'm just going to take the second. Thanks, Diane.
Thanks,
Nice.
Diane. Yeah. The Pease Pottage radar is located around half a mile west of Pease Pottage.
Take the second exit.
Oh, Diane's going to tell me about the second exit. It's a lovely second exit.
It's a
as well.
beautiful exit.
Yes. Have you ever seen an exit like that? What's very close to Pease Pottage?
Gatwick Airport.
Of course it is, yeah.
So that brings to an end my travelogue of Pease Pottage, our first stop on this trip to Gaydon and the British Motor Museum. A trip which has quite a lot of Duracell batteries involved. Welcome to chaos. The car or the service station car park, a place where people forget the rules of the road.
Yes.
There's an arrow? Oh, well, it doesn't matter, we just carry on. Ah, right, this is a charging point of fun. Okay.
Ecotricity, we're launching the app and we're going to hit charge. And now we're going to scan the QR code. Walk this way. So, scan the pub's QR code. There it is. Okay, and it's not working. So we'll enter the number, which is there, 1156. Submit. Are you at Pease Pottage? I am at Pease Pottage, yes. DC shadow mode, yes. I'm going to be happy at 30 pence. Right, before I punch the button, I'm going to grab the charger. Cool. Put my details in, go, confirm and charge. So you want to be looking at this now. And it says start charging. Press the start button, preparing, testing. So it's obviously doing a handshake with the car. And I know it's going to succeed because if you turn around and look at the car, the blue lights are now started on the dash. That's it. Let's get coffee. Coffee? Yes. Costa.
I've just realised there's a terrible error with the way people have designed public toilets. But we'll discuss that in a minute.
Right.
Hello. Right, well, we're, yes, not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere.
We're charging. Still at Pease Pottage. This is the problem as far as I see it. Admittedly, the newer cars will go further, but this one in particular will do 80...
At the moment, 86. At this time of year, yeah.
So, explain to me why an electric car is so wonderful and how you get around this range anxiety.
Right. This car particularly, having a range of 87 miles, 86 miles, it's for short distances only, really. So we're doing something long distance because we've got time and it's good fun. So, but the reality is, unless you've got 200, 300 miles, you wouldn't attempt a long journey. And the other real key thing is, if you have an electric car, is that you need to be able to charge at home because you can't drag a cable across a pavement. So you've got to be able to park outside your house. So the benefits are cheapness, because it's really cheap to run, no tax, low maintenance, and cheap electricity, or relatively cheap electricity. And you charge at home at, I think, 14p a kilowatt. I think I get it at home. It's 30p a kilowatt here. So yeah, so you can see it's cheap. Yeah.
Right then. Well, we'll carry on drinking coffee.
Yep.
Have a biscuit.
Oh, thank you, biscuits.
Biscuits.
Don't tell Mrs. B. These are
You're a bit
posh
screwed
biscuits.
now.
Oh God, yes.
No, dear, I didn't need any biscuits.
Yes. Right, we'll now unplug the car.
Indeed.
Don't forget, put it back, because if this gets wet, it doesn't work. Let's go. We're off. We have charged to 97%, which I think is all we get these days. And
it doesn't make any noise, which confuses me.
yeah, it takes a while to get used to that.
Every time when we get in this car and pull away, I'm thinking, well, it doesn't start.
Yes. No, it does start, but yes. It's just so quiet, you know what I mean? What's not to like about the silence? And of course, the other thing I haven't mentioned is when you're in non-eco mode, the sparkling performance up to about 50 miles an hour. It's great, really cool.
Good grief! Look at the price of petrol.
It's 119 in Eastbourne.
And it's 1:41 here.
What comedy event is going
At
on
the end
here?
of the road, turn left. Then there is a roundabout. Take the second exit.
Diane's back. So
We didn't leave her behind. That's okay.
No, she's still with us. We are now heading for fleet services on the M3, but not via motorways, via the direct route. It's about 54 miles, and we've stuck in there. A stop at Godalming,
Just in case.
Sainsbury's, just in case.
So, you know where we're going. The most important thing is, will we make it on battery and coffee power? Or will we end up on the back of a tow truck looking for a public toilet? Find out next time on Max Regen. And don't forget to subscribe to be the first to find out when we upload new content.